Can't return these. They're all from the same shop. Bloody expensive too, even for an airport. They must do specials on racing to see your girl. It always seems so romantic in the films, but it must look so annoying. See, in your head, you're chasing love itself, but to them you're just some prat pushing through the security queue who drops all their change in the gift shop and dashes towards the gate before it's even opened. Silly sod. But what did I care? The heart wants and leaves your dignity behind. It was all going to be worth it, just to see her. I was even tempted to buy a ticket in case I missed her. But stuck with Bear. Something to hold. She always used to say I was the best hugger. Her favourite. In my mind, I was aiming for the perfect kiss. You know, the kind that makes the whole world change around them. I don't know how, but I knew if I could hold her, kiss her with all I had, she'd stay. She wouldn't leave if we're in love, would she? Sat by the gate, had a couple of hours to kill, so I thought I'd get some breakfast. The thing about airports is that unless you're up in the air, there's not a whole lot you can do. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do in Luton anyway, but you'd think they'd make more of an effort. I can see why all those people in movies don't show up until the last minute. Well, I saw it. I could either read, wait, or waste some money, so I figured I might as well waste it on a decent breakfast. Which it was. I was quite surprised. Didn't even know they had a Frankie and Blaney's. I had this waitress called Gabby. She was sweet. Big eyes, big teeth, and just giddy, like a cartoon. Pretty sure I saw her eyes turn to hearts as soon as she saw the presents. Gabby said, "That girl's lucky to have you." I actually believed her, you know. It was weird and nice. Said I had a big heart, and I tipped her all the money I had, which wasn't a whole lot after the incident in the gift shop, but I think she saw the sentiment. I almost stayed. Big chats like that have a habit of making you late. I actually had to run. I dropped the flowers a couple of times. I could hear the tannoy calling out, 10:30 flight to Amsterdam, the gate is closing. I remember thinking, thank God it was nearby. But I wish it wasn't. Because I wasn't the only one who knew she loved tulips. She used to travel a lot for work. I wasn't an idiot. She was only human, and I knew she'd have urges now and again, and then they'd be gone, out of the system. Urges and nothing more. Even when she started bringing them to her flat, I knew that's all they were. There was only one me. Had a speech prepared, practiced it on the coach. I was going to take her by the hand and say, "Eva, I know we've had our ups and downs, but you'll always have my heart." I don't know why I didn't go over to them. Maybe I didn't want to cause a scene or ruin the moment for the other girl, at least. I don't think she knew, you know, about me and Eva. Something about the way she held her, like she was only hers. She seemed nice. Not so big on the balloons, but a good kisser. I don't remember sitting down or how long I was on the floor, but I remember the shaking. The plane had gone by that stage, so I don't think Eva saw. Everyone else did though. Gabby saw me crying. Took me back to the bar. Pretty sure her shift had ended. Guess she was up for some overtime. Wish I could have lied. been this tragic hero torn from their lover for a while at least. I asked her if the stuffed animal gave it away, and she said, yeah, your face did too. Sat by the bar for a while. She talked, I didn't. Just stared until my coffee went cold. Should have been raining at the bus stop. That's how it is in the films. Rock bottom, dark night of the soul, and there wasn't a cloud in the sky. Didn't want to feel better though. I hoped if I felt bad enough, maybe the tide would change. Like missing her would somehow cancel the flight, or make her leave that girl. Or I'd turn around and see her say, I got off the plane. That's what happens to heroes. Guess I'm not one of them. I kept picturing Ava's eyes. That girl adored her, cherished every touch, and Ava played along. But looked right through her. I was almost glad. Until I realised I'd seen those eyes before. Guess I'm not a lover either. I don't even get a text. Shit. Gabby gave me her number. Wanted to make sure I got home safe. She didn't have to, but I'm glad. See, I don't know what happens now. Not really sure who I am anymore. But I'm not alone.
Day 12 in Amsterdam. It's nice out here. Noisy and messy as any other city, but private. I think there's something very special about a place that doesn't know you. I think I walk the length of the Amstel right now and be anyone. No one would need me or even know my name. And not a soul would dare say those words. I can't even say them. I'm so sick of them. They ring through me like a song stuck in my head. I can still see. Because it's not just the words, it's their eyes. The ones that intrude, that stare until they've seen everything. They look into your soul and stay there. Can't have that. Can't have someone falling for me. But they do. Well, I don't. Never made much sense. I always saw it like a party. You grab a drink, have some laughs, you dance yourself silly until you're sober enough to leave and you are out by midnight. Cinderella, that was me. You leave before they realise what you are. Always like the nightlife. Out here it all feels so free. Back home was fun, but it always felt like someone was watching, like judging. Whereas here they want a front row seat. I could get with 5, 10 people in a night and probably get a standing ovation. But do you want to know the weird thing? I only go to the shops these days. The odd stroll. World famous clubbing scene right on my doorstep, and I've hardly left the house. I tried once. glammed up and everything. Took an hour though. Not because of anything fancy, just hesitant. I think I was on my third cigarette outside Disco Dolly before I realised that I'd be much warmer at home. Like a stranger to myself. And back home, I'd be swamped for guys and a couple of girls. Cool one, have some fun, move on to the next. Usually freshening up in between. Sometimes I come back, which was always a risk. Every time they'd hold me a bit closer, their eyes would look deeper. Even though I told them I didn't want anything serious. I think they took it as some kind of personal challenge, like some Casanova shit where they alone can make me swoon. I mean, it's cute for a while, but play that game for long enough and I'll cheat. They used to build me up so much. They just stare when they saw. Like, they couldn't comprehend what they just walked in on. They'd just be snocking on the sofa if I was feeling civil. If not, we'd dance. That'd knock some sense into them. I know I shouldn't take pride in this, but I do. I guess it has some kind of validation. I can say in one big rush, see, I'm not the girl you dreamt I was. I was right. Finally, I was ugly enough for them to stop pretending. Work without fail. Until David. He came into the flat, clothes him on the floor, I'm draped on a guy, and he just walks out. Not before saying, sorry, I'll come back later. Sorry? What in the world did that boy have to be sorry about? This was after Darren, you know, the other guy I'd been seeing for 2 years, which apparently didn't count because, babe, he's always on business trips. He doesn't care about you. He always made excuses, no matter what. Christ, he'd be a godsend to anyone else cheating on him. 2 hours after I'd been sprawled on upholstery, and he's just stood there, making a stir fry. I had to confront him like he was the bad guy. He just shrugged and said, I forgive you. I felt sick. I remember saying, why? But I knew. He had those eyes and they'd seen everything. I slapped him before he could say it, but I knew. That boy loved me more than I'd ever deserved. He'd said those 3 words I tried to kill and meant them. I was horrified. So I ran. Thousands of miles to a city where no one would love me and everyone would want me. But do you know what? I think I'm scared. Because the only person I've seen since I've been here is the delivery guy from Amazon. I thought I wanted this. All those years trying to escape, and now I'm free. I feel empty. I could walk into these clubs like any other party, but it's not enough anymore. Those eyes still scare me. More than anything. But I've never felt so alive. Still feel sick. But it's not disgust. Don't think it ever was. I think I'm jealous. can't see the way they see me. But it'd be nice to see someone that deeply and be seen. Sounds beautiful. And utterly terrifying. So I'll stay here inside. I'm not ready to do that to myself. But I want to.